Hi Sagittarius, how are you guys doing? Really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. This is gonna be your love messages. It's a general reading, so the rules might get reversed, or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's gonna be a link down in the description box below for the extended reading with me, okay? Sagittarius. You know, there is a tarot YouTuber that was recommended on my home feed, and I think I never saw him before, so I was curious, and then I clicked on it, and then his greeting for Sagittarius was like, Sagittarius, and I swear it's stuck in my head, and I can't get it out. And when I was like beginning this video, I was like, I really want to do it, I really want to do it, I really want to go Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Okay. Anyway, this is going to be a you versus them format. We're going to be looking at your overall energy, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, okay? Okay, so in your overall energy for the reading, you have the Five of Pentacles, and what is challenging you is you have the Strength card. I feel that at this present moment, there is a sense of disappointment that you guys are feeling at this present moment, and with the Strength card, there is a desire and urge to like, how do I get out of this disappointment? And you're kind of like being a bit impatient when it comes to that. We're going to clarify in a moment, okay? Now, in the past, you have the Knight of Swords, and you also have the Hierophant. From this person's side, they have the King of Swords, and they also have the Two of Pentacles. I feel that in the past, you're dealing with somebody here who either they do have like a set of rules that you need to abide to in order to be dealing with them, or for me, the book, you see the book that this king is holding, and he's pointing it with his swords. Sometimes we can talk about the book of sins. So it's like you could be dealing with somebody here who would want you to answer to something that you have done in the past. Okay, and they're holding on to that. Now, with the Two of Pentacles, I feel that there's something here that this person was trying to decide, and they haven't really decided yet, but their energy was more leaning to the King of Swords, where it's like, no, you kind of like have to abide with these type of rules that I'm trying to enforce on you, or you gotta answer to the things that you've done in the past, okay? Now, from your side, you have the Knight of Swords, and you also have the Hierophant. I feel that in the past, you guys were very much focused on creating some sort of like a connection where two people stand on an even keel, because if you pay attention to it, like in almost every tarot deck there is, the Hierophant always consists of two people standing on a very even or ground, right? And I feel that that is something that you would like to establish within this connection in the past, where you feel that you kind of like want to have somebody that is on the same page as you. And I feel that you didn't. That's why with the Knight of Swords, you were trying to communicate something here. Now, in the present moment, you have the Ten of Cups and also the Five of Wands. From this person's side, they have the Ace of Wands and also the Judgment. I feel that at this present moment, there's someone here. You could be dealing with an air sign here, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or you could be dealing with a Taurus, or you could be dealing with a Capricorn as far as element go. But I feel that this person kind of like have a inspiration, epiphany. That was the word that I was looking for, kind of like an epiphany. But there is a cycle here that is closing with the Judgment card here, or a chapter that is closing. From your side, Ten of Cups and also the Five of Wands, you could be dealing with two people, where one you're having like a very beautiful collective happiness with, and then the other one with the Five of Wands, there's like a lot of conflict in it. But if this is about one person, this is a very typical mutable energy, where 1 minute you feel a certain type of way, like 1 minute you feel like, you know, like I'm really happy with you, I'm sharing this really, really good collective happy relationship with you, and on another minute you're like the Five of Wands, I'm like, I'm dealing with this inner turmoil, and we really want to have a conflict right now. Anyway, in the future, you have the Page of Pentacles, and you also have the Tower. From this person's side, you have the Knight of Wands and Knight of Cups. I feel that you're dealing with two people here. But if you're dealing with one person, there's somebody here in the future who is very excited in offering you something, but that is going to come to you as a shock, because it's going to come when you're actually at a crossroad. Okay, we're going to clarify what this is. Let's clarify. So I want to clarify the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Cups first. Sagittarius, I can't get it out of my head, man. I swear to God. Like, that is so sticky. Okay, so Ace of Wands clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and also the Nine of Pentacles. Let's see. Ten of Cups clarified by the Page of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and also the Judgment. You could be dealing with a Scorpio too, because a Scorpio has the exact same energy like this, in a way that you start to see things from a very skeptical type of view, where every time someone's trying to be nice to you or someone trying to be kind to you, like, you would start to question, what is their intention here? What is their motive? Like, are you trying to love bomb me? Are you trying to, you know what I mean? I feel that that is the case here, that even though you're open to the Ten of Cups, the idea of Ten of Cups, you're open to the idea of, you know, collective happy relationship, but there's a part of you who is very skeptical in dealing with people here. Because I feel that with the Queen of Wands and also the Judgment, you're very dead set in a way that this time, this connection is going to be with, I'm going to be the Queen of Wands. You know, it's either they meet me where I'm at or they don't. You know what I mean? But I want to find my King of Wands, my, you know what I mean? So there is a cycle here that is closing with the Judgment. Okay. So the Ace of Wands clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and also the Nine of Pentacles. I feel that this person, even though they kind of like have an epiphany about something or an inspiration about something, they're kind of like waiting for a bit here with the Seven of Pentacles. Either because of one, they got hurt, or this person is aware of the fact that you've been hurt, therefore they're not really wanting to push it, or they're not wanting to, you know, speed up the process. Okay, let's clarify the Judgment and the Five of Wands. Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, the High Priestess. I see the Five of Wands. Yeah, you're conflicted about where you want to go. You're like super duper conflicted. Because you're coming off from the energy of the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles talks about an unwavering devotions and loyalty towards someone, yeah. But sometimes I would often see it as somebody who knows, like, look, like, I am holding a Pentacles here near my chest, and I gotta make sure, whichever way I go, that it is gonna be valued as it deserved, or I'm not going to get robbed. I'm not going to get used. You know what I mean? Like, this Ace of Pentacles is not going to be stolen from me to a point where I'm losing myself in the process. So I feel that you guys are having like a lot of inner conflict about like where to go. Should you trust? Should you open up? Should you really be convinced? Because you're afraid of that. That although a part of you, which is the fire sign of you, and I understand that I'm a Sagittarius, right? Where we're kind of like, I want to have certainty right now, right? But there is a bit of a carefulness here that you are implementing in regards to how you open up to other people or how you became vulnerable to another person. So the Judgment, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and also the High Priestess. I feel that you're dealing with somebody here who, like I said, it's either they're got hurt or they're aware that you got hurt by someone, and then they're approaching it really, really slow. That although this person sees that, you know what, like, if I were to be putting like a lot of consistent effort into the connection, I believe that my connection with Sagittarius has the potentials to be the Ten of Pentacles. But for the meantime, I'm going to be the High Priestess. For the meantime, I'm going to stay as neutral as possible. I'm going to see. Okay, High Priestess is somebody who never really show all of their cards. So it's more about like, I'm going to wait and see. Seven of Pentacles, High Priestess, I feel that this person is more on a standby, or someone who is doing things very slow. Okay, because they're not trying to rush. They're not trying to pressure. And I feel that because of the slowness also that you get to be a bit confused. Because again, like there's always this energy that I'm sensing from you, like, I want to make it fast, but no, I want to be careful. I want to make it fast. I want certainty right now, but no, I want to be careful. So I see this Five of Wands as more of your inner turmoil or your inner conflict between, I want to do this my old way, go about with my feelings and my impulses, or I want to be careful in approaching love this time. Okay, let's clarify the future. I'm going to clarify the Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and also the Two of Swords. Let's see the Page of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and also the Ten of Cups. Let's see the Knight of Cups. How is your energy switched up so fast? That's what confuses me. I see. Okay. So the Knight of Wands clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and also the Two of Swords. I feel that there's something about somebody, you got somebody here in the future who is so interested in you to a point where they became really invested, all or nothing kind of energy. Five of Swords sometimes can be a very competitive type of energy as well, where it's like all or nothing, like this is what I want, so I'm gonna go after it, especially with the Knight of Wands in this deck of mine, the way in which he sees a dragon is like, you know what, like that is the kind of creature that I would like to tame. And yeah, it's very like all or nothing kind of like energy. Now you, on the other hand, Page of Pentacles, clarified by the Five of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and also the Ten of Cups. Again, because you are still in this energy of Five of Pentacles, right? Where you're disappointed, where you feel either left out in the cold or abandoned, or I have a deck, the Witch's Tarot, and I really miss that deck because that deck I use it so much to a point where I can't use it anymore, you know what I mean? But the depiction of the Five of Pentacles in that deck is beautiful because the image has no people in there, but it's just like 5 pentacles or 5 gold coins on a branch of tree, and then it's out in the snow. So it's more about the depiction of like, this is something that is valuable, but it is being left out in the cold, like in the literal snow to freeze, you know what I mean? So I feel like this is you, where you're coming from the energy of the Five of Pentacles, and when you met the energy, you can't be rushed into things because that in itself is going to make you kind of like feel overwhelmed or freak out. Because although I do see you wanting to have this beautiful collective happiness with another person, yeah, that is the goal, that is the point. But because you are still having the residue of the Five of Pentacles energy, you're a bit careful, okay? That's what I'm trying to say, careful. So the Knight of Cups, clarified by the Eight of Swords, the Fool card, and also the Star. From your side, you have the Tower, clarified by the Knight of Cups, the Hierophant, and also the Strength. You see, this person is exercising like a lot of patience in not rushing into you, okay? But I feel that that feeling is not going to be able to be contained in the future, because the more that they hold back in either expressing or in either, being vulnerable to you, the more stressed out they become with the Eight of Swords. So I feel that in the future, you would see someone like really, really after you, even though you're not ready, but I see you open to it. Even though it's going to shock you, with the Tower, like, oof, not ready for this, you know what I mean? But I feel that it's going to be reciprocated. The way in which you answer to their Eight of Swords is very soothing. So there is a worry that this person has that you could soothe or you can calm. That although you would like to take this a little bit slow, but I feel that you are up for it. You know what I mean? At the bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Cups. So you will meet someone at an equal level. Beautiful energy, Sagittarius. We haven't had a beautiful reading for a while now. You know what I mean? Okay, so now let's pull some advice card for you. The Hierophant. The Two of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Okay. Okay. Okay, so your goal here, you know what you want, right? Like even though you are still in the energy where you're disappointed, energy of Five of Pentacles, but at the end of the day, you know what you want, right? Like you want the Hierophant. You've been wanting it in the past too. So rather than trying to manifest something out of poverty or out of the feeling of feeling lack or like, oh my God, like this is going to be another trauma for me. So rather than, attracting from a place of trauma, there's this thing in Indonesia called memantaskan diri, meaning that we align with the frequency that we would like to manifest. And this is something that I've been learning for the past few weeks because my friend actually like dragged me to some sort of like a workshops and seminars about like aligning frequency to meet someone good. Okay. And I feel that rather than operating from a place of Five of Pentacles, it's time for you to sit down with yourself and like, what is it that I'm looking for in a person? What value that reflects and align with mine, the characteristic, the lifestyle, the love languages, all that, okay? And then you became that person. Therefore, when the time comes, when this offer comes, you are at a place where you're sure that, you know what, like I'm no longer attracting something that I dealt with in the past because I've aligned my frequency to another level. So because I feel that the things that stops you is fear of the past repeating itself. And the only way for you to make sure that the past is not going to repeat itself is by aligning the frequency or matching the frequency of what you want to have in your life. Because if you come from a place of Five of Pentacles where you're attracting from a place of fear or from a place of disappointment, you're going to be attracting the same level of frequency, man. Okay? But if you match it to the things that you want, it's going to be different. Okay? And I feel like this is you. You could be dealing with a Scorpio because Scorpio had almost the same reading or the same advice, but in a different way. Scorpio was very skeptical, whereas I think you're more open to, again, matching the frequency of what you want to be attracting in your life. Okay? So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Sagittarius. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you guys have been looking for, and I'll see you on the extended, okay? Bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.